Hello everybody, this is Grayzo and welcome back to Rise of the Horde. We're in the middle of a town here and we got some Dothraki recruits that potentially could join us. So we have an option here for Kano, who is a wise man and also has a handsome trait. He's not good at fighting, but that's okay, he's a learned guy. And then we have this guy who is a holy warrior. I'm going to start off by recruiting Kano. He's probably going to be expensive, but that's okay. We need more Dothrakis. I think we're done here for now. Can we get provisions? Can we get some provisions? Supplies are on the way. Ooh, that's expensive. I'm gonna just try steal them. Okay, no. It's more expensive now. I'm gonna see if we can go without provisions. The town crier might have a couple contracts for us. Welcome back to the episode. Thank you so very much for your support, feedback, and comments on the series so far. Everybody seems to be enjoying Rise of the Horde. And there was a suggestion for us to go west into Westeros, but I'm not going to do that just yet. I think we are going to see if we can build up our camp. I'm going to take some criminal contracts actually as well. So we're going to try build up our camp. Get our soldier count to at least about 2,000. We have a fully stocked horse archers and a light horseman, and we are currently building proving grounds. It's going to take a little bit of time for that. So, in the last episode, we were blessed by the great Stallion. He gave us no less than 3 kids. And like, if we were looking at marriages for these people, I wonder if we can get alliances. We can marry them internally to people that are in our court. I might save and wait for marriages for the kids here as well. And I was thinking we had a perfect kid here with Rakharo because he's a giant. And I was hoping to have succession with him. But it looks like Zeko is going to be our player heir. We have an option here to designate an heir, but we can't choose Rakharo because we already have an heir. So unless something happens to Zeko, we might be playing as Zeko next. We can't change any of these because we have like different governments. So I'm okay to play with Zeko. I mean, Rakharo will be in the background anyway. We'll follow the story as our character develops. And we have an option here just to do a camp revelry, which I'm not going to do immediately. We can also host a hunt. I may do the hunt. I was also thinking, just to start things off, of going on a pilgrimage. No, not a pilgrimage, sorry. A university visit. We're pretty good, but we could be better. We might also get artifacts, so... Is it safe for the Dothraki to cross the sea? I know I said I wouldn't go west, but I suppose for the sake of education, it may be worth it. We only have a little bit of danger, actually. Much... Oh... We're only missing 4 gold. No, you know what? We're going to do a medium-sized one, and we're going to hire mercenaries. Just to make it safe, right? It's going to cost us a little bit of piety, but we are going to be the Dothraki that went to college. Rakharo has seen that you need more than just a strong arm and natural leadership to gain the respect of the Dothraki horde. You got to be smart. We're gonna send them off to learn. Okay, yeah, I think that's a good start. Let's unpause. Probably could have done a contract there. Provisions are decent. We have up to 4,800 now. Money's coming in. We're building. I think we're good to unpause. The altar of R'hllor. I've been warned that the followers of the Lord of Light practice human sacrifice, but never had I imagined that I would bear witness to such a sacrifice. On a stone altar, I see a woman stripped nude, laminated to the surface with a tightly wound rope. We have Valyria here. I simply can't believe what I'm witnessing. She pulsates rapidly with each breath, her bloody eyes pleading with me to interfere. No, thank you. We don't care that the Lord of Light is doing sacrifices. We're the Dothraki, man. We follow the The one and only Great Stallion. So I want to give a shout out to Safranique, who has been commenting on the series, and they gave a good suggestion of refilling our men-at-arms. There is apparently an option to refill men-at-arms in towns. You can refill your men-at-arms of the same culture. You kind of just, it's almost like a scrape the barrel sort of a thing. We might get some extra ones there, but we are fully stocked, but we'll keep an eye out for that in the future. Thanks for the tip. That was a great suggestion. A winged thief. I am stirred from my relaxing trip across the great blue sea by a sudden shriek. I sprint across the stores below deck, and I'm horrified to find a pigeon beside the shredded remains of our supplies. In my rage, I could have killed the winged menace, but I'm stopped by the captain, foreign ruler. He is lowborn. He has some soldiers though. He's a mercenary captain. I think we'll just show mercy here. Maybe we become friends with a captain of the Volantine band of Volantis. I think we would have shown mercy there in that scenario. Dragon. I saw a dragon as I make my way through the coast of Dorne. I overhear a conversation between an older woman and a young man. Is this a Skyrim reference? Maybe it is. A dragon. I saw a dragon. The woman exclaims, "What is it now, mother?" It was as big as a mountain, as black as night. It flew right across the sky as she continues in a panicked voice. "Dragons now, is it?" Her son replies, rolling his eyes. "Please, mother, if you keep on like this, everyone in the town will think you're crazy, and I've got better things to do than to listen to you more of your fantasies," he says with a scoff, turning and walking away. We could lose a little bit of stress. We'll lose a little bit of gold. I don't want to delay my trip. I think I'll spend the gold and it'll take the stress hit. That completely resets our stress, which is good. We have arrived at the Citadel. Upon arrival at the Citadel, I'm directed by an archmaester to a collection of books. They look ancient, but they are clearly well looked after. I should find a comfortable chair somewhere, it seems. This book is rather thick. The book goes into rather intrinsic detail about the various known hatchings of eggs, starting from Targaryen emigration to Dragonstone from old Valyria years ago. So we're going to upgrade our dragon lore, it seems. Yep. So we went from 0, I think, to 0. I don't think our Dothraki has a lot of dragon lore. Though, through the caprice of lost gods, you have found a hidden cache of learning, old scrolls and dusty books. This is a supreme opportunity, a chance to learn deep from ancient lore. It is time to decide what you will do. Will you take up the ancient secrets and become a mage like the old dragons of old? Or will you consign these occult secrets to the pits of hell? We've taken time to learn from the ancient tome of magic learning. Powers taught lost are now yours to command. We could get a Valyrian scroll artifact. Let's become the Dothraki Mage Horse Lord. How cool is that? What do we get? Hang on, we'll check it now in a second. Here I am, finally at the gates of the Citadel, the renowned university seat. All knowledge is collected inside these hallowed halls, and scholars of repute from all over the world assemble in these same hallways to preserve and increase the true wealth of wisdom. I shall soon join them. How strange is it to see a Dothraki with a pen and paper? Of course, these major centers of culture are also markets, also active markets. They offer all the distractions that a student could ever desire. As I consider all my possibilities, the locals look at me with a mixture of curiosity and confusion. I'm not surprised. This guy, just everybody in their regular outfits, this Dothraki shows up with epic dreadlocks, probably in a rack hanging off the side of his pants. It's not every day that they see us Dothraki. Time to get started. I don't think that we'll have a lot of people liking that a Dothraki just showed up. What did we get here? Scroll of Mystery of the Crushing Waters. +2 learning and learning lifestyle experience. May not be great for our character, but maybe if we have a son or a daughter that has a high learning, we could give that to them. Over time, we're going to need some characters that know what they're doing. Quentin, one of the most respected teachers at the Citadel, is clearly a foreigner. His accent and mannerisms betray him as a reachman. Master Quentin, he's disfigured. He's very high learning. Okay. While not strictly necessary for my studies, learning his mother tongue would foster a privileged relationship with Quentin, which is bound to be a good investment in the future. I don't think I want to. Well, if we learn the common tongue, what do they speak in Westeros? It's a common tongue, right? They do. It would give us critical stress. But there's a 1 in 4 chance we learn it. Let's see. We didn't learn it. Okay, we took it. We took a stress hit there. We're gonna have to endure more stress. Uh-oh. Who was I to think that I could learn the common tongue? The Dothraki language is all I've ever known. I bit off more than I could chew there, and it really impacted our stress. Citadel is often home to fervent debates among teachers and students alike after a particular enlightening lecture from our teacher Eden. That's Axel. This guy has 2 different colored eyes. He's wearing glasses as well. Cool. He is a lunatic and a physician. All right. You're making no sense. You were completely misrepresenting the philosopher's point, I scream. You were completely delusional, he fires back. From the corner of my eye, I see Eden stare at us with a pensive look on his face. Oh my god, we're going to get so much stress. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. We're going to get profligate. Compulsive spending causes Rakharo to frequently waste money on unnecessary purchases. Honestly, I think we're going to do this. I don't think Dothraki are good with money. It kind of fits the storyline, and we need to take down our stress. I don't want Rakharo passing away from a heart attack or I don't know, just stress. We need this Dothraki in fighting form. My in-depth studies in the Great Stallion Doctrine at the Citadel has confronted me with so many new questions, not which seem to all have clear-cut answers. Some seem to have contradictory explanations. Is this fate to be completed by reason or not? Does fate only deal with the unseen or not? Can we only know what is unseen or not? Yes or no? So we could lose a bunch of stress. I could just say my head hurts, or we can increase our. I'm gonna take the gamble. Nice, took a gamble there. It did increase our stress again. Who's this? This Eden? Oh, it's Axel. What is this? He's accepted. Cool. I've gained another stress level. Universities and centres of higher education are always bustling hives of socialization. In these hollowed halls of students and all are all peers, all apprentices along the road to knowledge, which is why it can be helpful to make friends and feel part of a community. These at least are my first thoughts when Axel approaches me, the smell of mead on his breath. Join me and my friends, Rakharo. Prove to us the might of a Khal. Prove to us the might of a Khal by downing more cups than anyone else, so we should consider you one of us. I could get university connections. I'm just gonna say no thanks. I suddenly become distracted by midnight studies. From my midnight studies by a loud crash, an ear-deafening slam, and an expensive-sounding shatter. What in the world is going on? The sound of disturbance appears to be 2 peasants. R'hllor knows how they got there. I feel like that should say the Dothraki Stallion, but anyways. Okay, these 2 lads are having a bit of an arrangement or something like that. They've shouting at each other. Is that what's going on? This'll teach them, one of them shouts. They think they're better than us just because they can read. We are going to lose 94 stress. That's huge. Now, we are in debt, but that's okay. Citadel is a renowned centre of studies that hosts both teachers and students from afar. I had hardly thought as much of it until today when a religious reference from Quentin struck me as blasphemous and contrary to everything I've ever been taught in my life. It revealed him as a worshipper of the Seven, and actually an actual heathen. I don't know how I feel about it. Don't care as long as he's something to teach. Okay, we got a martial lifestyle perk. Sick. Let's do that in the background. What are we going to take? We could take... Archer damage is what we're looking for. We're looking for maybe envelopment. Men-at-arms counter. Let's take men-at-arms counter. That's fine. Sweet. Proving grounds is now complete. Nice. Haunted Manor. As we walk down the halls of the manor in Millendale, Anson turns to me. They say this is part of the estate is haunted, my lord. I hesitantly look around. The hall is a bit darker than I would have expected. Candles flickering at all posts. When we stop at the old dining hall, Anson turns to me. Who's Anson? Anson Barlow. Good steward. He is deceitful. Would you like a tour of the haunted manor? No thanks. He's deceitful. Sure. Sure. We're walking down a dark and deserted hallway. The few furnishings we came across are all covered up with sheets, adding to the ghostly atmosphere. Was that a rat? I hurry to catch up with my entourage. Anson turns to face us, squinting as he utters the words, "And true here, my lords and ladies. Better stick to the route. Might find something interesting. You know what? I am ambitious. I'm gonna look." I enter through a narrow door and am greeted by some sort of dusky brightness coming from the covered windows. The room appears to have been an old study. Sat smack dab in the middle of the room on a pedestal is the lucky Honeywiner coin. Ooh. Who could have owned this? It's in remarkably good condition considering the location where it was stored. So we get this coin, which gives us stewardship per stress level, which is actually pretty good right now because we're stressed. Monthly stewardship, experience, and extra taxes. I love it. Court artifact? Did we get that? Or what? What just happened there? I'm very confused. We are heading back now from our journey home, from our journey in the Citadel. Let's investigate this ship. And we get 10 gold. That gets us out of debt. Beautiful. Grave news has reached me where it's not yet known someone's plotting to kill Barbo. I wonder why. What did Barbo ever do to you? Fish in the sea. I've heard it said that Tyroshi fishermen are famed the world over for their ability to strip the ocean of its most bountiful and delicious plunder. Today, by the shores of Adaran, I am fortunate enough to come by a Tyroshi fishing fleet. Say that 5 times fast. And our entourage sails close to a stray member of the fleet, and I am greeted immediately by the pungent odor of its captain. An honor, my lord. Can I interest you in the fine catches of the day? We'll get well-fed travelers. I think we say not today. We lose stress. We don't need to be as stressed as that university visit caused us. Heart to heart. Long after most have gone to sleep, I still find myself seated by the campfire. What's wrong? Moti asked me. Everybody's called Moti or Moto. It's going to get very confusing real quick. She's concerned. At first, I don't know what to say. I start talking to her. It comes out naturally. All my stress, all my worries, day-to-day issues. I can't stop thinking about my decisions of late. I can't help but wonder, what if I've done things differently? So we can become friends with our wife and soulmate. I think that's cool. Let's do that. And we're no longer overwhelmed by stress. And we can make an interaction from Kalmoto. I'm going to do a marriage, please. He's still the Khal. Yeah, we're going to spend all of our prestige here. And we're going to say one of our sons, let's say Rakharo. Lights power. Rakharo, can we use... Oh, we can't use the hook. I think we tried that in the past as well. Okay, maybe we won't be able to marry his daughter, but what about you? No. What about her son? Is there anybody with inheritable traits? Just his daughter. Maybe we don't do that then. Let's say inheritable traits on our side. Let's get Kano married to... No. I feel like we spent the prestige here for nothing, folks. Let's get one of our captains married to, say, prowess. Okay. We actually can't use that contract. We wasted a little bit of prestige there. Okay. I think it's good for us now to maybe do a contract. There is... let's have a look. There are some criminal contracts available to us. Who are you fighting? Peasant uprising. Offer military assistance. Nope. Okay, thought maybe we could get involved. Nobody's fighting. It's very, very peaceful. Very, very peaceful around these parts. Okay, we're going to do a criminal contract, I think. Mercenary contract. The employer is Khal Moto, who's losing... Yeah, I mean, hang on. This is a peasant uprising. That's a pretty easy contract. We'll gain gold based on the role of patrons. Let's do that. I will join the peasant uprising as a defender on Khal Moto's side. Let's absolutely do it. Why can we not raise our armies? Why can we not raise our armies? What's going on? Yeah, we'll just take this. We'll work down towards strategist. Why can we not raise our soldiers? Oh, it's because our camp is too close to them. That's the problem. We got to move our camp, and then now we can raise our armies. Whoops, that's not good. Everybody go into the same place, please. We might be able to win this war for Khal Moto. We want to lead this ourselves. Right? There's 600 troops. We should be able to defeat these guys. He has no men at arms. We did lead the charge, so hopefully we get opinion for this. No men at arms, no captains. But this should maybe also increase our prestige as well. Let's speed up this fight a little bit. Onko was slain during the battle. That's kind of sad. And we can disband our soldiers. So in that battle, we lost one person, just Onko, and we killed 1,600 people. Huge. High tier eyes. Thanks. We kind of want opinion of him. We don't want to ask him for a request right now. What other contracts are available? Let's chill. Enforce your demands. You should be known as Outbreak. What? Your failure to appear on the battlefield? I led the charge. I think it's because I disbanded my army before he enforced his demands. Oathbreaker is another series on my channel. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Play as an Oathbreaker north of the wall. Yeah, that didn't go too well for us. What about this one? A well-oiled machine. Our little forest and tents putting itself up every few evenings is something that's getting weary. We're getting very good at of late. First one, then the other. People and tools spreading out, downing the lines to help their neighbors, a model of speed and efficiency. Good to see you getting on. Great. Is it possible here for, let's say, contracted Khal Moto? What do you need me to do? Your cow reminds me once more that the theft of his livestock will be punished. I'm going to take this. Rustling. There's an art to stealing animals in mass. You need to know where you'll be taking them. You can't be subtle. You have to take a look. You have to look like you belong. When you meet resistance brutally, you need to be swift. The risk of stampede or even just losing control of the herd otherwise endangers the whole endeavor. With things going wrong. The prophet sinks faster than a storm-tossed ship. Let's hope Kalmoto isn't guarding his livestock well. Well, this is essentially our king. Let's just move. Let's move as one. Don't know the chances of danger for this. The Hermit. Do we want to get our future told by a hermit? Let's do it. The hermit takes a second before replying. She gets up and waits until I follow. There are some herbs scattered around what seems to be a rudimentary bed. She turns to me when we're away from the entourage with an oddly deeper voice and replies, the fire shall talk and silver shall flow from the hoof of the lowing cattle. Well, we're on a cattle hoist at the moment, so maybe that's good. Danger. Familiar trees. I know exactly where we are. Whoops. Whoops. Rustling Selhoro. Seeking vulnerable herds of sheep to drive back our roving camp. There's no room for pity, no space to acknowledge the harm we're doing to these meager peasants. Their animals will go to us, or we'll put them to the sword. That's simply all there is to do. Now comes the time for violence. Cut down all who oppose us. So he'll lose opinion. Yeah. Okay, reuse prowess. My ruthlessness pays off. This is because you wouldn't marry my son. You must deal with the consequences. Rustling Kestarunia. Again, we have decent prowess. We're going to just go prowess. Despite the best attempts of Kalmoto's lackeys, the Dothraki Stallions have reclaimed the veritable horde of beasts from the ignominious clutches. Perhaps they are not truly ours, but what does that matter to us? With sword and axe, we have taken what we will. Anyone who opposed us lay dead on the pastures. May their bodies provide good sport for the crows. We will eat like kings tonight. We lose. Who is this? Kalmoto Moto loses opinion of us. We get 300 gold, man. That's huge. So we're going to use that 300 gold to build again. And I think maybe we just want to upgrade the pavilion itself. It's normally quite expensive, right? Pavilion already constructed. Oh, this is 500. Okay, we're not going to have enough for that just yet. We could upgrade the supply tent. Or we could upgrade the barber's tent. Barber's tent would get us extra taxes. Yeah. Let's do that for income. And we're probably going to get kicked out of this guy's lands. But for now, this is also going to be quite a lot of revisions. Can't take the contract because we're already traveling. That's fine. Can we maybe do a camp revelry? Yeah, we can. Let's do it here. And we want to honor Calcono, foreign ruler, the Dothraki band of death swamps. Absolutely. Let's see if we can make friends with him. Befriend that guy. All right. We want scale for talent. And let's do a big, expensive, extravagant revelry. We cannot wait for this one. A furor. My ears pick up as I swivel to see a couple of my followers engaged in a discussion with a woman stood beside a horse-drawn cart. Only the finest wares, she proclaims with a sly smile. She's selling stuff. What she got? She got this sword and also Dothraki opportunist. I think I want the big one. Do we have a sword? We have a sword already. We don't have a sword. I'm going to take it. So we're going to rename this to Rakharo sword. I want to make sure I'm spelling it correctly. Yeah, okay. And it is equipped, right? No, now it is. The revelry rolls on, but Kono is clearly feeling somewhat introspective. Oh, we're trying to befriend this guy. Tail goes down well, lovely. And I was gonna see if maybe we could marry, get an alliance, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I'm so deep in conversation that I barely notice the lack of light. It is only when I have trouble identifying a newcomer to the chat that I spare to look at the fire. Its embers grow dully, almost spent. Jaki shakes her head, quick at me, scanning the camp. We used the last of the firewood. Okay, let's see if we can get the trait Shrewd. I don't think we got that. We got some extra provisions. Lovely stuff. And we lost so much stress. Okay, good. How long left for this? It would be nice to have some high tier contracts available. Clever observer is needed in Selhuro. He wants you to keep an eye on his neighbors and their deeds. He's mainly curious. That's all I need to know. We could do. I mean, he's spying on a couple of people here. 163 and 159. Let's do this one. There is a lot of danger, Bog. Wilderness kit. Actually, you know what? Let's not do that contract. Settle a boundary dispute. Barber's tent is completed. Okay, nice. There is an option for another building here, and I would like to get skirmisher regiments. No thanks. Maximum men-at-arms regiments +1. Roaring campfire. We would also get another captain. Let's do this. Let's build twice in this episode if we can. That would be huge. We're going to do Marshall. Another happy patron. Lovely stuff. Get back safely. That would be fantastic. In the dead of night, at our camps near Stalhaze, I step out quietly. What does that sound? And I see it. Brazo quickly scans the area, unaware that I've seen everything. Guards. I learned of Brozo's murder secret. My captain. I saw nothing. He has no gold. I think I'll just learn of his secret. Can use it against him later on. Gruesome mooring by Valor. There's been a murder. Who would wish death upon Serene Drogo? Why have they been so brutal? My Maester Moto continues. Yes, indeed. Who would ever dream of doing something like this to the poor innocent Drogo? Brotho says. Oh, he's just making it a little bit too obvious. Look at these beautiful redwood trees in the background. In the corner of my eye, you can see him holding back a chuckle. I saw Molto sulk in the night. Sees him. I could blame it on this guy. Why would I do that? There's a telltale work of a hyena. I thought maybe your intrigue might have went up there. All right. Well, that is where we're going to have to leave it for today. We've just run out of time. Thank you so very much for tuning in to Rise of the Horde. We've got a fully stacked army. We managed to build twice. And I'll keep my eye out for some more contracts. Let's see if we can grow this regiments a little bit more. I think we might be able to do it when we finish building this, actually. And when we get to, I'd say about 1,000 or so soldiers, we may begin to trek west. There was a comment as well just saying, hey, like, why stick around with the Painted Mountains? Like, if we have a look at development here for a second, why would we take this area? It's crap. It's just bog and development 1. If we were taking anything, we would take Volantis. Now, it would be quite tough to take it because they have 24,000 soldiers, but it's not the only city that we could potentially go for. We could go over to Marine, which might be cool. A little bit weaker, right? And this is technically the most eastern point, and the Dothraki are all over here. So maybe we invade Marine. Let me know by dropping a comment and a suggestion below. Thank you so very much for engaging in the Rise of the Horde. I will see you next time. Take care, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day.